Hey, welcome. So today we're going to skip the usual talk about budgets and spreadsheets. Instead, we're going on a bit of a journey deep into the psychology of wealth to really get a handle on this force that shapes your financial reality more than pretty much anything else, what we're calling the energy of money.
This one idea right here, it really has the power to change everything you thought you knew about your finances. This isn't about what's sitting in your bank account today. It's about the energy you command.
I mean, seriously, what if the real key to unlocking wealth isn't about chasing dollars at all, but about shifting your internal perspective first? That's the powerful question we're really going to dig into today. All right, so first things first, let's start by completely tearing down and redefining our relationship with money and what we all believe it actually is. Think about it. Since we were kids, the story we hear is almost always about scarcity, right? That there's only so much to go around, that you have to fight for your piece of the pie, and that the ultimate goal is just to pile up as much of it as you can. But this view, it just keeps us in this constant state of anxiety and feeling limited. And that right there is where we get it all wrong. It's a story that holds us back because it's based on a completely flawed idea about what wealth even is. It's time for a new story.
And that new story, it begins right here, inside your own mind. Because when you get down to it, your financial world is pretty much just a mirror, reflecting your internal psychology right back at you.
So this is the core concept. Money isn't something you just have. It's an energy that you direct. It naturally flows toward people who create value, who have a clear vision, and who make decisive moves. It's exactly why an entrepreneur can look at a common problem and instead of an annoyance, they see a huge opportunity to direct energy and build a solution. And here you can see the two opposing forces laid out crystal clear. The scarcity mindset sees a closed world, full of limits and fear. The abundance mindset, though, it sees an open world, just bursting with possibility and creation. So which side does your own thinking fall on? Because that choice, believe it or not, determines the flow of financial energy in your life. Now, once you really adopt that abundance mindset, something kind of magical happens. The world around you literally starts to look different. It's like your mind is a camera lens. If you're constantly focused on scarcity, on what you don't have and what could go wrong, well, then that's all you're ever going to see. But the moment you refocus that lens on possibility, on creating value, on solving problems, a whole new world just comes into view. And this shift in mindset, it just makes all these new opportunities visible. You stop seeing dead ends and start seeing problems you can solve. You start seeing ways to create value for other people, which, by the way, is the true source of wealth. You start to notice connections and trends that were totally invisible to you before. The crazy thing is, the opportunities were always there. You just needed the right lens to finally see them. Okay, so seeing these new opportunities is huge, but it's just the beginning. The next step, and this is crucial, is about channeling that new energy with focus and discipline to create real, tangible growth over the long haul. This is the absolute magic of compounding, and it works for everything, whether it's in your investments, your skills, or your business. It starts so small, it's almost invisible. Those first few years require a ton of patience and faith, but with consistent discipline, that growth starts to accelerate. And eventually, it becomes this unstoppable force, a mighty tree growing from one tiny little seed. And that's the whole point, isn't it? It all starts with one single decision to change your mindset, $1 invested, 1 hour spent learning a valuable new skill. That single disciplined action, repeated day after day after day, that is what builds the future you actually want. This isn't about some 5-year plan you're going to start tomorrow. No. This is about a mental transformation that begins this very second. The energy you need is already inside you. It does not matter where you are right now. Your past mistakes, what's in your bank account, none of it dictates what's possible for you from this moment forward. Let that one sink in for a second. This is the ultimate truth. Your starting point is not your destiny. The only thing that really determines your outcome is your absolute refusal to give up on your vision. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. That decision to see the world differently, to direct your energy with real purpose, that is the first and, by far, the most powerful step you can ever take. You've just shifted your perspective. The lens has been refocused. So the only question that really matters now is the one on your screen. What is the very first action, that very first one you're going to take to direct your energy toward the future you are now building?